Alrighty, good Friday morning, Mid-Michigan. I'm First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro, bringing you a First Alert forecast update. Now, right off the bat here, I do want you to know that we have now officially pulled back our First Alert weather day, so that is over for this Friday. Really, for the rest of this Friday here, we're just going to have some pretty typical December conditions. It'll be cold. We have the wind out there especially too, but the flash freeze that we were expecting for this morning, well, we really didn't see too much of a flash freeze, so the wind overnight really did help to dry out a lot of our roadways just in time before the temperatures started to come down below freezing. But no doubt for the remainder of the daytime, you still may encounter just a stray slick spot here or there because we still have a couple of snow showers moving through as well. But at this point, it's really nothing too out of the ordinary. I'll take you right over to your First Alert traffic map. Just want to show you what I'm talking about here with drive time. So really, again, nothing to point out on the map. We are seeing plenty of green. It looks pretty normal with all of our drive time. So with this being Friday too and the weekend before Christmas, maybe you have some plans this weekend, some Christmas or holiday plans with your family, and maybe you're going to be traveling north. Whittemore, West Branch, all looks good with those drive times. If you're taking 75 right up through Alger, West Branch, and Houghton Lake, there's no delays to currently report. And even here into the Bay region, we're also in pretty nice shape with these drive times. So we do just have a lot of green showing up here on the map. In the thumb, we do have some areas near Bad Axe, just north of Ubly, where we are seeing just a couple of spotty slowdowns, and perhaps right on the lakeshore there on M25 south of Port Hope. But again, nothing too major to report to you as of right now. And this is also the case around Flint. If you're traveling there, or say around Grand Blanc or Flushing or Otisville, all of these drive times are holding together pretty well for us too. So with the snow showers that we actually have a decent area of lake effect picking up right now, especially right near Birch Run. That moved through the Bridgeport area too. You can see some of that snow. It's also ducking right near Frankenmuth and into that southwestern corner of Tuscola County. We'll move over to the Birch Run camera that we have. This is I-75. I do have the camera zoomed in a little bit there looking up the freeway, so we are looking more towards the northwest, but you can definitely see how that snow is falling at a decent rate in Birch Run as of right now. Again, more temporary with this, so we're stuck with lake effect snow showers for the rest of this morning and really for the rest of today. So with it being lake effect, of course, it is going to be a little bit more spotty in nature. But here's that First Alert hour by hour. So going through the rest of this morning, we'll still have some of the lake effect like we're seeing on the radar right now, but then going into the afternoon, we are expecting to see this lake effect even winding down a bit more. That's at about 4 to 5 o'clock this afternoon. We still have plenty of cloud coverage, but you notice that most of the snow showers have dialed back by then. And then going into tonight, we could see a stray flurry tonight. However, most of us should still be dry, just with a mostly cloudy sky. So going through the rest of today, though, with this northwest wind, that is going to keep us fairly cold. Temperatures already are mostly hovering in the low 20s, and wind chills are mostly in the upper single digits. We're going to hold on with temperatures and feels like temperatures just like that for the rest of the day. So really, if anything at this point, it's going to be the wind for the rest of this Friday. There is a wind advisory for our northern row of counties. This also includes Aranac, Gladwin, Clare, Isabella, and Gratiot counties, and that goes until 7 o'clock this morning. Really, the only reason that we're not seeing the advisory for the Thumb, the Bay region, or our southern counties is just because the National Weather Service office in Detroit, they're the ones who cover those counties, have decided to not issue that advisory for today. But we just want to let you know that regardless of if you have the advisory or not, everybody is going to see some of these windy conditions for today. Some of these gusts are going to peak at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. Even right now, that sustained wind in many areas is up over 20 miles per hour and even closer to 25 miles per hour. So certainly a windy day that's just going to, again, reinforce this cold weather, and it's going to keep those wind chills at the lower end for us as well. For the upcoming weekend, we're going to be on a little bit of this roller coaster of temperatures as well, whereas Saturday is much warmer than Sunday. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break here real quick, and when we come back from the break, we'll talk some details on the weekend. Alrighty, welcome back from that break. So we are going to talk some details on your weekend forecast as well. And for this weekend, we are going to be tracking still a very much roller coaster up and down pattern with these temperatures. So I'll get you right to that weekend planner. Tomorrow, we have a high of about 36 degrees. And then Sunday, if you notice there, those temperatures on Sunday, the low 20s might even be a stretch on Sunday. So certainly a much colder day on Sunday. That's because we have yet another cold front that moves through tomorrow, and that'll be moving through during the afternoon. So we should wake up to dry weather in the morning tomorrow, and the evening tomorrow is also looking dry, but it's a period from approximately noon to about 6 in the afternoon where we are expecting the front to move through. That's going to bring not only some snow showers with it, but even a little bit of rain. We'll try to mix in with those snow showers too, because those temperatures will be holding on above freezing in the mid-30s. So just to kind of show you what we're looking at here for tomorrow. This is at about 2 in the afternoon. You see these snow showers, especially into our northwestern spots like Clare and Harrison and Houghton Lake and West Branch. And eventually we see these snow showers starting to dive a little bit more south and east throughout the course of the afternoon. That's at about 5 in the afternoon, and we do have a little bit of that rain mixing in. You notice those temperatures there on the map all sitting above freezing at that time. So this is going to cut into accumulations. We're still talking less than an inch of snow from any of these snow showers for tomorrow as well. But then eventually, once we go into the rest of the evening, we see our conditions drying out, and we even see some of the clouds trying to break up a little bit too. So that should set us up for a cold morning on Sunday. A lot of our temperatures down into the mid to low teens, maybe even some single-digit temperatures in mid-Michigan as well. So definitely much colder for your Sunday. And again, that's where we see nearly a 15-degree temperature difference from Saturday into Sunday, just because of that cold front that moves through for tomorrow. And then as we go into next week, despite this cold Sunday, we'll then see temps coming back up again, 32 on Monday. And then other than Wednesday next week, most days will be back into the 40s too. So we have 40 on Tuesday, 38 on Wednesday, 48 on Christmas Day on Thursday. Now, what we have there in the forecast for Christmas Day, it is a little bit interesting, and now we are still about a week out from that too, so there's plenty of time for the pattern to kind of iron itself out a little bit more too. But kind of what we're seeing for Christmas Day is another storm system that develops, moves right into the Great Lakes, and kind of like what we had yesterday, the storm track stays to our north, so that keeps us on the warmer side of that system. So that's why we're seeing those temperatures really coming up on Thursday, potentially again upper 40s. We've even seen some models actually suggesting that temperatures could easily reach into the 50s on Christmas Day too. Now, we aren't quite ready to put 50s in the forecast yet, but that is still a trend that we're watching. I would say overall mild, and definitely on the rainier side for that Christmas Day forecast, at least with the timing, with the way that pattern looks right now. So that is something that we will be keeping a close eye on there for Christmas. I know for some of us, it's a little bit disappointing to see. It's always nice to have a white Christmas. And for skiers and snowmobilers, not the forecast that you want to see, because we have lost a lot of the snowfall from yesterday, or rather just from this week's warm-up in general. But at least from a transportation standpoint, if you have any traveling to do on Christmas Day, it'd be much better to just drive in some rain rather than the snow. So at least that's a good takeaway for that if you do have any Christmas Day travel there on Thursday, and those temperatures would be far from freezing as well. So at least right now, if you do have Christmas Day travel, the forecast is looking more favorable for that in the way that it shouldn't be very cold, and we shouldn't have any ice either. You'd still likely contend with some wet roads just because of the rain, but the forecast does not look wintry by any means for Christmas Day next week. So we'll keep a close eye on that here, but coming up later at 2 this afternoon, First Alert meteorologist Diane Phillips will have another look at the forecast and another look at the weekend too, with some of those rain and snow showers for tomorrow. But in the meantime, we hope you have a great remainder of your Friday morning, and stay warm out there too, especially with that wind. Have a good one.